What's going on, YouTube? Back at it with another video. Look, we got serial killers still on the run in 2024, bro. Huh? Nigga, I seen that. I had to click on that. I don't care if this was clickbait or not. Talking about he out here now? What? Man. Before we get in this video, man, I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, turn them post notifications on. And let's find out who they motherfucker is. Because if he on the run now, how do y'all know who it is? And I mean, I know how y'all can know, but how y'all got time to make a YouTube video about this shit? Go catch the nigga first. Shit.
Most vicious
But let's
animals
do it,
compared
though.
to other predators. So
Oh, that was my phone. Well, y'all heard that? Most vicious animals compared to other. Yo, y'all go see that motherfucker. I just uploaded on Instagram.
Imagine the fear if you lived in an area where a serial killer is operating, randomly killing people for years and is still at large, never knowing where exactly they are or who they will target next. In the US alone, there are dozens of active serial killers still on the loose in 2024, waiting to claim their next unsuspected.
They getting paid too. It's all types of serial killers out here. They got serial killers in the hood. They got them in the suburbs. They got the government. They got them in the hillbilly nation. I'm telling you, it's all types of serial killers out here. Some of y'all cousins are serial killers. Yeah, your homeboy that's gone off them Percocets and them X pills every day, and y'all don't see this nigga for a week and a half. But your other little cousin know that he called a couple bodies. Yeah, that nigga's a serial killer. Don't matter if he got paid for it or not. Nigga, that shit's illegal. The only serial killers out here that you get away with is you a police officer or you in the army. That's the only way. And you gotta go over there and kill them niggas over there if you in the army. Police, hey, you know what I mean? It's the only way you get away with it. But nigga, if you in the hood, a nigga pay you $50,000 to go kill 3 niggas and you went and did it and got away. You need to be on one of these shows too, nigga. You do. I ain't saying you out here raping niggas' grandmas, but you's a murderer. If you out here contract killing, god damn.
Victim. We're going to be taking a look at 5 suspected serial killers from around the world who are likely still alive but have never been apprehended for their heinous crimes. Lock your doors and let's begin.
What the fuck is that? Jason. Murderous minds. Murder. Murder.
Pedro Lopez, the monster of the Andes. In 2005, there was controversy when the Guinness Book of Records listed Pedro Lopez as the most prolific serial killer. The dubious listing has now been removed from the book, but the killer has not been removed from the streets. Pedro Alonso Lopez was born into a large Colombian family in 1948.
Colombian.
He had a difficult childhood.
I can tell by the structure of that nose, he done did a lot of okay. Let me get another line. That nigga line be this big. You like, damn, that nigga. Wow. And that nigga go dummy and kill the whole city. That nigga take 3 lines and rip your kid's head off on some weird shit. And drink the blood. That nigga different.
His mother was a sex worker, and his father was murdered in La Valencia 6 months before he was born.
So his mom sell coochie, and his father got killed. Yeah, that nigga could definitely growing up to be crazy. In a way. Yeah, definitely crazy.
Born. From the age of 8, he was homeless and wandered the streets of Bogota and was frequently sexually abused. At the age of 12, he was adopted by an American immigrant family, but fled after he was sexually assaulted by a teacher. He fell into petty crime and was jailed for car theft in 1969. Whilst in prison, he was attacked by 3 other inmates, who he later killed, although strangely, he only got 2 years for their murders. After his release in 1978, he travelled to Peru, where he tried to abduct a 9-year-old girl from a local indigenous tribe. The tribe members retaliated and captured Lopez, stripped him and buried him in sand. He was saved by a missionary, but was expelled from the country, but later claimed he killed over 100 girls there, mostly indigenous, and taken off the streets.
100?
In April 1980, the areas around Ambato, Ecuador, were hit by floods that uncovered the remains of several missing young girls. Lopez had been living in Ecuador, and authorities suspected he had killed the girls, and he was arrested after he tried to abduct a 12-year-old girl.
All the bodies just start popping up.
In custody, he refused to speak, but eventually confessed to an undercover prisoner.
Imagine that, though. Imagine once these hurricanes hit Miami and Orlando and shit, and then out of nowhere, like, all them bodies that was thrown in the ocean and everything just, like, pop up. Like, what if that's what the ocean do? Like, the ocean get mad, like, man, I'm tired of y'all throwing these dead bodies in here, nigga, and they just trying to give them back. Like, man, go bury them motherfuckers or something. And they solved, like, 17 different murders. I gotta think about that, nigga. It's kind of like you can't get away at that point.
200 in Ecuador,
The world
100
against
in
you.
Peru, and many more in Colombia. His modus operandi was to lure young girls away from the public spaces with a gift, before attacking them and killing them with his bare hands.
Ew.
He also claimed he occasionally exhumed the bodies from their burial site and had tea parties with their corpses. His motive, he claimed, was because he was abused as a young boy.
Oh,
and he
hell
wanted to
no.
give his
Fuck all that. I was abused and raped. No, nigga, you was crazy. Now, it's possible to get abused and, you know, turn crazy, but, like, this is different. You only targeted little girls, and you was raping them, then killing them, and then digging up their corpse and, like, having tea parties with them. That's different than abuse, bro. You crazy. Nah. I've been around a lot of people that was abused as kids, and them motherfuckers just grew up to be like angry. Yeah, they did. You know, they fight a lot and shit like that, where they just feel like they can't find love for real. But rape was never in the question. It just never was. At least they ain't came out yet, and you know, they got caught. Cause I'm sure gonna look at them niggas inside their head like, you did what? Because of what? Yeah. I ain't saying lock him up, but get this nigga out of here. He raping and killing kids.
same to as many girls as he could. After confessing to authorities and leading them to the burial sites of 53 of his victims, he was convicted of murder in 1980 and sentenced to 16 years in prison.
That nigga got a big pelican banana tree nose. God damn. Cautious stop sign cone nose ass. God damn. And that's exactly what he is. S-I-C. Where the K at? Sick. That motherfucker disgusting.
Incredibly, this was the maximum prison sentence available in Ecuador at the time. In August 1994, Lopez was released 2 years early and was deported to Colombia and detained as an illegal immigrant on arrival. But unable to make a case against him, Lopez was instead declared insane and admitted to a mental hospital. In 1998, Lopez was released and immediately disappeared. The last reported sighting of him was in September 1999, when he visited the National Civil Registry to renew his citizenship card. It's rare to know the identity of a serial killer, and for him to still be free in the community, but that is exactly what happened to the monster of the Andes.
Alright, this nigga might be in
Despite
Nebraska
being
or
a suspect
something.
in a number of murders, Lopez remains a fugitive, even to this day. He'd be 75 at the time of this video, and as far as anyone knows, he is still very much alive, and potentially continues to kill, but no one knows where.
75. Oh, like he's 75 now. Yeah, he could still be alive. He probably one of them old niggas pushing a cart right now. You just like, He don't want to go get his ID. He don't want to do nothing. You want to help him out so bad, but he just like, no, just money. That's it, money. And he just go on about his day. You catch that nigga pulling his pants up on the side of 7-Eleven. Yeah. He out here somewhere. That's crazy. What if this nigga in like California or something right now? Skid Row.
Danilovsky Maniac. Russia has seen its fair share of atrocities over the years. Bombings, war zones, radiation emergencies, and serial killers. In fact, Russia is second.
Nigga, I could not live overseas. That just look like you gotta follow the rules. Like, you know what I mean? Like, America, we really got it good. Like, we got rules, but there's ways around them we can really live. Them niggas gotta follow the fucking rules over there. Look how they buildings is. It ain't nothing no different than your neighbor. Like, all this shit the same, so don't complain. Follow the motherfucking rules or you gonna die. Simple as that. They not putting nobody in jail. They not taking we ain't taking your benefits away. We gonna kill you. Simple as that. Nigga, you want to cross this bridge, but you don't want to do the steps that we tell you to do before you get over there? Oh, my mama, you ain't gonna make it over there. Yeah. And you ain't gonna make it back here. They gonna kill you right then and there. And probably toss you right in this area. Because that's where the feeding frenzy is. Y'all know what that is? When all the fish get the... Yeah, they gonna toss you right there in that area.
To only the US when it comes to the number of serial killers. However, there is one perpetrator who has continually evaded capture. Known as the Maniac with dull eyes, or the Danilovsky Maniac, this unknown individual is responsible for the murders of at least 7 women between 2004 and 2007. All of his victims were young, some with the same first name, were all strangled with a makeshift garrote and disposed of inside a
It's like one thing about serial killers, them niggas not dumb. And they always got like a pattern, it's either all little girls. He said all little girls with this type of name. So if your name is Abigail, be afraid, bitch, because he just killed 3 Abigails this week. So if you got Abigail, you fly out of state. Because he coming for that ass. He looking up all the Abigails in town, nigga. He coming for you. And then you would think that and be like, damn, and there'd be a Brittany right beside you, and he get Brittany. Didn't know that he was doing it in 3s. He wanted A, B, 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 C, 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 D, D, D. He wanted to clear the whole alphabet before he got caught. And they was gonna call him the alphabet man, the alphabet killer. I'm telling you.
Abandoned buildings
These niggas
or
is
construction
weird.
sites around the city of Chernobyl. The killer on each occasion was careful to cover his tracks before leaving a unique calling card on the walls of each crime scene, crude outlines of pornographic drawings in black chalk. Understandably, the city, and especially young women, were in fear of when the maniac would strike again. Understandably, the city...
Like, bro, that's like 1950s porn. Like, motherfucker draw that shit up and hand it to you. You gonna be like, oh, shit. Where you get this from? Oh, let me have it. Let me borrow it, sir, please. I need to go do a little jack off in the restroom. Alright, thank you. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. They didn't jack off the same back then. 1 jockey, 2 jockey, 3 jockey, 4 jockey, 5 jockey ejaculation. They niggas had weird old porn back then. Like, they licked the ink off the paper and shit. That shit crazy.
Graphic drawings in black chalk. Understandably, the city, and especially young women, were in fear of when the maniac would strike again. Over the course of 18 months, he had taken the lives of 6 victims, when suddenly the killing stopped. For 2 years, the maniac stopped, and the local people breathed a sigh of relief.
It's like they kidnap these people and they like to see them suffer and shit. Imagine them kidnapping somebody and didn't know that she looked 14, 15 and didn't know she was like 19 and was a hoe. And they like, yeah. And one trying to get her from the back, one getting her from the front. And she's like, oh yeah. She's enjoying that shit. Like, oh, she having fun. And then them niggas like, I'm not enjoying this. You're not suffering. You're not yelling. You're actually having a great time. And it's turning me the fuck off. Like, like imagine that, bro. You get kidnapped and then you just actually cooperate. And they just like, you not scared? So you gonna let me touch you? Go ahead. They barely be like, we gonna set you back out. Because I want a motherfucker screaming and crying. Because I don't like this.
Believing he was maybe dead, imprisoned for another
That shit ain't
crime,
gonna work. They gonna
or
kill your
resumed his
ass. Don't do
killing
that.
spree in a different area. However, on June 11th, 2007, a 17-year-old girl walked along a forest belt near the Oktyabrskaya Bridge when she was abducted in broad daylight and murdered. Fears of the maniac's revival began to creep in, and sadly, when police found Natea's remains in a local park, their fears were confirmed. On this occasion, however, a number of eyewitnesses caught sight of a man near to where Natea had been abducted, and police finally had some identifiable features. He was between 30 and 50 years old, quite short.
Between 30 and 50? What the fuck kind of... Nigga, I'm almost 30, nigga. I don't look nowhere near 50. Y'all never catch me if that's what y'all going off of. He was between 30 and 50. Nigga, I look 20 years old, 21. I'm getting away. The fuck? Between 30 and 50? Well, that helped. It's a lot of motherfuckers out here to search now. Like, we could narrow it down to like at least 40, 50, you know, like 38. Like, damn, 30 and 38 don't even look the same. That's crazy for even 30 to 50. We're never going to find this guy. Jesus.
Grey hair with dull, soulless eyes and glasses. A composite sketch of the perpetrator was drawn up and distributed around the city, and a reward was offered to anyone who could help catch the maniac. After his 7th murder, the maniac disappeared again, and has never been seen or heard from since.
He probably took his
There was
glasses
another
off.
murder in November 2011, when a 19-year-old student disappeared, and her corpse was found a year later in a hole behind an empty building. But despite the obvious similarities, this death was never officially linked to the maniac. So today, unless he is locked up or dead, the Danilovsky Maniac is still at large, possibly biding his time before he strikes again. The Eastbound Strangler. In the autumn of 2006, a serial killer was on the loose in Atlantic City. The first known victim, 35-year-old Kim Raffo, was found by 2 women who stumbled upon her remains behind the now demolished Golden Key Motel. The motel was located along a 5-lane stretch of Route 40 known as the Black Horse Pike. The motel already had a seedy reputation and was frequently used by sex workers.
Straight selling kunai.
On November 20th, more
That's crazy how they just gonna pull up on them talking about sex workers. That's somebody auntie. Nigga, they ain't the ones you looking for. They ain't selling nothing. These motherfuckers walk to the bus stop to get back home because they just came from the little nightclub, old people bar. Talk about, look at sex workers. What? Nigga, that's my grandma. What are you talking about?
and was frequently used by sex workers. On November 20th, more victims were found. The bodies of 23-year-old Tracy Ann Roberts, 42-year-old Barbara Brador, and 19-year-old Molly Diltz were all found discarded in a water-filled drainage ditch at the back of the same hotel. All four were fully clothed, except for their feet, which the perpetrator used to anchor them to the sides of the ditch so they wouldn't float away.
Got a little chilly, had to go put a hoodie on, y'all dumb ass. Shit.
Their bodies were meticulously staged, with their arms stretched out and their heads pointing east, giving birth to the sinister nickname, the Eastbound Strangler. The women were placed about 320 feet apart, and no attempt to cover them had been made. Atlantic City detectives believed the murders were committed by one man, and individually killed and dumped over a 5-week period.
Damn.
Because the victims were out in the open and diligently displayed, investigators ruled out any link with the Long Island serial killer, also known as the Gilgo Beach, who murdered several women between 1990 and
Is that
2011.
a backpack?
He was free to kill for many years until June 2024, when a Manhattan architect
That
named
motherfucker's
Rex Heuermann
huge.
was charged with 6 of the murders.
Yeah, why you got your belt on like that? That's gay. That's crazy. Head ass. Yeah, I know what that is. It's not a regular belt. But niggas could have went to the NFL, built a house or some shit like that, but they decided to go rape people. Like, this motherfucker's huge. He's standing over all the grown men and women.
Initially, the murders caused panic in the area, and the motel was nicknamed the Motel from Hell. But the killer remained elusive, despite extensive work by detectives. Criminal profiler John Kelly believes the killer has a foot fetish and possibly killed as part of some kind of religious ritual. Here is part of the detailed criminal profile he put together of the killer. He believes the perpetrator is a local male who is familiar with the Atlantic City area and the disposal site of his victims. He has a very organized personality, which influences his personal and everyday activities, including his work. He is very rigid and structured in his everyday life. He likely has a foot fetish with a collection of women's shoes and socks, and is antisocial and narcissistic. In his pre-offensive mode, he may have spoken about the sinful nature of prostitution.
Motherfuckers that be narcissistic be liking weird, freaky shit. I noticed that. If they're a narcissist, what's called narcissistic person, they probably like to have weird type of sex and shit, like fuck a lot of people, and you know. You a narcissist, ain't you? You think about yourself right now. You's a freaky motherfucker, huh? Yeah, I know. I'll be paying attention to you motherfuckers, okay? I got a lot of family, bro. Like, when I say a lot, bro, my family's so big, fam. Like, no matter what state I go to, I got at least 3 cousins there. At least. That's the lowest. No matter what state I go to, I got some family there. I'm telling you. So, I done seen every type of person you can see, down to what a great person look like. I seen a marriage that was great. You know how you say I said I ain't seen not one marriage. I seen one marriage that was great, but I didn't grow up seeing them. It's just like, my Uncle Mark, that nigga doing his shit, nigga. He stay out there in Atlanta. That nigga stay in Florida. Oh shit. Evacuate, nigga. They getting a hurricane. I ain't think about that. Damn. Well, that nigga don't text you in the family group chat, and we know it's time to panic. Ah, shit. No, I'm kidding. I know he good. He's straight. If it was that bad, that nigga probably would have flew out. But yeah, motherfuckers just crazy. And I be knowing y'all crazy because I just judge y'all off my family. And if my family, you got any similarities to a certain person in my family, I'm gonna think you act just like that motherfucker, and I'm gonna know how to handle you right there in real life. Like, it's some weird motherfuckers, man. It's some crazy motherfuckers too. Like, bro, for real. Like, my family got every variety of type of person you can think of, bro. Down to an athlete, to a motherfucking lawyer, to somebody that's just a full-blown crack addict. Like, meth, crack, everything. Down to a hitman, down to a nigga. Like, I got cousins that done escaped out of prison. And I had cousins that done been real successful. Like, y'all know, y'all watched that little show where, like, they was dating on that island. And there was that light-skinned girl named Morgan on there. That's my whole fucking cousin. Morgan Lawler, like, on God, that shit's crazy, nigga. And that's just one that's like she was just one of the ones that went and got on the show, nigga. It's like 50 more of her out here. Oh my God, nigga, this shit is so big and we all like look the same in a way. So if you see somebody that look like me, 9 times 10, yeah.
Or he may have voiced economic concerns about prostitutes destroying Atlantic City's value or reputation. In his post-offensive mode, he would say things like, "They got what they deserved," or "good riddance." The killer likely follows news about his murders, has a prior record of sexual or physical abuse towards women, and is likely detached from his father and abused as a child. To date, there hasn't been any update on DNA recovered from the scene, or if it has been tested using the latest advancements. Kelly believes the perpetrator likely killed before and after the 4 victims were found. As happens with some serial killers, he may be going through a cooling off period. Maybe he got married, had a child, or is locked up for a different offence.
Nah, he ain't do that.
What is known for sure is the Eastbound Strangler is still at large in 2024, and assuming he is still alive, is free to kill again. Tips can be sent to johnkellyprofiler@gmail.com, your local police department, or the Atlantic City Police Department.
It's either that or they had to chill out because it's like, damn, man, 2024 trying to still kill people in the 2020s. You gotta put the extra work in. They don't know if their body is ready for that. Because it's all these cameras and motherfuckers got guns now. You sneak in their house, try to rape a nigga daughter. They daughter fuck around, shoot you. Like, that old school sneak in your house, rape your kids and all that extra, that shit ain't working no more, bro. First of all, we seen you. My house alerted me before you even touched the window. Back window. Like, that motherfucker tell you. Back door. Chimney. Like, that, man, nigga, a house will tell you somebody walking in this motherfucker. Then I got a dog that's gonna warn me. And then, like, it's guns all around here. And I'm not talking about me personally. It's this is your average household nowadays. Like, you gotta get past that ring light first, buddy. And then my sprinklers shoot out needles. That ain't even water in them. Yeah, you didn't know that? You finna and then shoot out little needles that paralyze your legs first, so you can't run away. Oh God. Don't fuck around with me. Think I'll do some niggas back in the Amazon that came and hooked my shit up. Yeah, them niggas, yeah. My cousins too.
At 609-347-5780. The Chicago Strangler. Since 1999 in Chicago, Illinois, at least 50 women, predominantly black, have been murdered in a strikingly similar way. Despite what seems conclusive evidence, the Chicago police deny that a single person is behind all the slayings and that a serial killer is terrorizing the city streets. However, what is clear is an alarming amount of women have been murdered, and hardly any of them have been solved.
Damn.
To put that into perspective, between 1999 and 2018, 75 women between the ages of 18 and 58 were strangled.
I don't know grown white man ever get murdered, like, serial killing wise. Like, it's always everybody else. Oh, maybe because they doing the killing. Damn, never mind. I didn't think about it like that before I asked that question. Damn. Because they doing the killing. Like, do y'all ever think, I mean, I ain't even gonna say do y'all ever think because this shit is a fact, but y'all ever think, like, do they got, like, little pedophile meetings? Like, okay, so we gonna hit Wisconsin this weekend. And they just spread out and just get motherfuckers. Like, you know, like, they link up like, I just had this 6-year-old. Like, they just, like how we talk about hoes, you think they just sit up and talk about little kids that's on TV and shit. Like, ooh, if I could get a hold of him. I love me some Bob the Builder head ass, you know. They watching your kids react to Gracie Corner and shit. And now they just in there. Like, nah, hell nah, bro. Like, think about that. Think about all the people, like, you know, like, Ryan's World and shit. You making them little slime videos for your kids and shit. They big on YouTube, or they trying to get big. You got your little family YouTube videos, and there's all these pedophiles out here that's just watching. You think it's a bunch of kids supporting you. They got little kid pages they made and everything, commenting like, oh my God, I love your son, this and that. But it's a grown-ass man sitting in his house, like, just sitting right here, just in this room all day, looking at your kids or other kids on them pages. And you think it's like somebody mom commented in or another kid commenting on the comments and shit, liking and sharing and sending you money and all that extra shit. want to do meet and greets. And it's a grown ass man. We gotta catch these motherfuckers. I say set it up and put okay, you make a Ryan's World video, right? Hi, my name's Ryan. And then they get back and like, today we're gonna be looking at the difference between a lizard and a snake. And you know, y'all how y'all do they do their little kid videos and shit, and the parents set it up real nice. Do that shit and put it on OnlyFans and see who all pay for that shit. Don't get naked and be nasty with your motherfucking kids. I'm talking about do the exact same video you put on YouTube. Put that motherfucker on OnlyFans and see who pay for that motherfucker. If you start making money off that bitch, we got a lot of people we can shit in the jail. Because them kids can't pay for OnlyFans, but them adults can. Put that bitch at like $2.99. Make it real cheap. Uh-huh. We gonna catch these motherfuckers. Yeah, we gonna catch them and you gonna get rich. Now don't be on there showing your kids' feet and shit. Now you need to get your ass taken to jail. Put that exact video you put on YouTube. Hi, my name's Ryan, and today we're at Disney World. Let's see who like that shit. You gonna get you gonna make $100,000 in 6 months off that shit. And you gonna put $100,000 worth of motherfuckers in jail. Cause I think I'm gonna go through each person that's subscribing. Yeah. All right. I made 100,000. And YouTube jumping. Okay. Boom. Lock him up. Him. I think I'm locking the whole OnlyFans. Every subscriber going to jail. I'm gonna figure a way to get you niggas took. Yeah.
Death in Chicago.
We gotta lock these motherfuckers up, man. Solved. Touching these kids.
All the unsolved cases have similarities.
Or kill them.
All the women were found dumped in abandoned buildings or alleyways in the south and west side of Chicago. Around half of them were sex workers, and the majority...
That's what I be saying, bro. Like, and they like to... Because you know, like, in the hood and shit, it's known for being so gangster. Like, it's just murder, kill. And then... On the news, that's what they broadcast out there, like just black people just killing black people just over and over and over. Nigga, it's a lot of these white people killing people and just dumping them off in the black community, and they be like, oh, nigga, it's black on black crime. Like, no. That little girl didn't get raped by that gang. She got raped by the mayor, and the mayor told her to drop her ass off. Over there, on the east side. In that abandoned building where them crackheads like to hang out. And then now she on TV known as got kidnapped by a crackhead and was raped. But we can't find him. He's still on the loose. Now everybody running from crackheads. Niggas looking at their uncles and grandpa's crazy as hell because he smoked crack one whole time. It was the mayor of the whole city did it. And she can't even live to tell you because she dead. Yeah, that Grand Marquis that pulled up. And y'all couldn't see who hopped out that car because they had ski masks on, but it was really 3 white men. He just had to dress the part to fit in. Yeah. Whole fucking gas station got shot up, nigga. Kids and everything got hit, nigga. It was 3 white men in the car. They had gloves and ski masks on and just painted this part right here kind of brownish. Man, that shit a game, bro. Because think about how easy it really is, bro. You go get you a white suit. Go get you some color contacts, nigga. Make a little piece of blonde hair hang out right there out your ski mask, bro. And go spray some shit down. Think I'm like, it was a white dude that did it. I seen his hair and his fingertips. Nigga, that was Jamal that did that shit. Jamal did it. They do it, man. It's just, man. Y'all be safe, man.
You were black. Some victims were raped and beaten. Others were bound and gagged. Some of them had plastic bags tied over their heads. Most were stripped of their clothing, and some were set on fire. One thing is for sure, they all met brutal ends.
Set on fire?
Each of these women had family who are grieving and children who have lost their mother. Despite the frequency and violence of these murders, few have garnered significant media attention. They are often only briefly mentioned as a woman being thrown into the trash or left in an abandoned building. Many people believe that a single serial killer, dubbed the Chicago Strangler, is responsible. Thomas Hargrove, the founder of the Murder Accountability Project, holds the belief that there is a pattern in the Chicago Strangler case that the police are overlooking. Hargrove established MAP in 2015 after searching the serial killer Gary Ridgway, who was responsible for the deaths of as many as 70 people before his arrest in 2001.
Jesus.
It took the police a considerable amount of time to recognize that Ridgway was...
That nigga looked like he had to sneeze and it just, his eyebrows got stuck. Like, you know how when you hold your sneeze, and his shit just got stuck right there forever. This nigga got a permanent stuff. That nigga look like one of the Wayans brothers, don't he? My Wife and Kids, don't he? Don't he look like a white version of him? Like, nah, that nigga look like he fucking, I'm Blank Man. Hey, I'm Blank Man. That nigga look like Blanket Man like a motherfucker. Dang, I'm sorry, don't have you. I'm to the rescue. Da-da-da-da. That's what he looked like. Da-da-da-da. What the hell? That nigga kind of look like a rat, too. Like, he used to do shit like this as a kid. That nigga look weird. What the hell? He definitely did it.
Was the sole perpetrator. The majority of the victims were found outdoors, often in alleyways or abandoned properties, which is quite unusual. About 3/4 of the victims had clear signs of a sexual motive to their deaths. Most of them were found partially clothed or naked, and Hargrove finds it hard to believe that 51 women were killed by 51 separate men or women. Strangely, the killings stopped in 2014, only to start again in 2017. This has been seen with other serial killers, when they are briefly incarcerated for different crimes, or go many years without striking again. The Chicago police have met with Hargrove and studied his data, but are still not convinced that they are looking for an individual serial killer. DNA evidence collected from the scenes have indicated at least 21 different individuals are responsible. This means that potentially 21 killers are in the Chicago area who have yet to be apprehended. So what's going on here? 51 women murdered, none of them have been solved. Many people believe this is the work of a serial killer, but regardless whether one person or many is responsible for these killings, they are potentially still out there. The Little Rock Stabber. On April 29th, 2021, the police department posted a video on YouTube alerting its citizens in the city of Little Rock, Arkansas, about a serial killer who was using a knife to attack and brutally kill random individuals. The first murder occurred on Monday, August 24th, 2020.
That nigga did it.
When 64-year-old Larry McChristian was stabbed to death on Gain Street. Larry was not from Little Rock, but was in the city staying with his daughter, who was on probation. A few days before his murder, he had been taken to the emergency room by ambulance, but was released at around 6 AM on the 21st of August. The hospital tried to reach his daughter by phone, but were unable to, and so they gave Larry a bus token and information about homeless shelters. When her father failed to come home, his daughter alerted police, and 2 days later they found Larry's body, and were able to identify him from his hospital discharge papers. Eerie CCTV captured the attack and showed the perpetrator standing over Larry, watching him die.
Damn.
A second murder occurred on Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020. Again, the victim was an older man, aged 62, named Jeff Welch. He was found in an abandoned house, often used by the homeless. Despite the victim having multiple stab wounds, the police did not view the incident as murder. They also incorrectly described him as black. On April 11, 2021, Deborah Walker survived an attack.
Murder. I say murder. At the murder she wrote. Looking at him.
By the Little Rock Stabber. Deborah was stabbed at least 15 times in a frenzied attack. Walker, who was known to the police for various crimes, told the police her attacker was a black male. However, it would later be revealed that she knew who attacked her. The day after the war...
Like, that motherfucker hung up. Geek, geek, geek. Look, sweetie, I lost my billfold. Can you come over and help me find it? Yes, ma'am. Beep, beep, beep.
attack.
motherfucker
Marlon
probably under a
Franklin,
pillow.
aged 40, was found dead on an overpass near 2710 Wright Avenue. She'd been stabbed multiple times.
Damn.
Several residents believed the serial killer was a man known as Juggler, who had pulled a knife on residents in the past and was known as a stalker. Juggler had been caught on CCTV, and his real name was known by residents, his third victim, and more importantly the police. The alleged killer is said to be in his late 40s. He is known to be a prolific drug user who has been detained due to his mental health. He has served 2 prison terms for domestic violence. The case garnered attention across social media websites.
Yeah, if you go to jail constantly for domestic violence, nigga, you need to get your shit together. Keep your damn hands to yourself. That's crazy. Like, you keep going to jail for domestic violence? Like, god damn. Like, you go sell some dope or something. Or, you know, go to jail for, like, trying to get your life together. That motherfucker going to jail for getting mad and punching on people. Shit.
Has led local vigilantes and self-proclaimed real-life superheroes, known only as Trvn, Master Legend, and Shadow Vision, to announce that they would hunt down the man responsible for the killings. But crucially, despite numerous witnesses and the survivor giving his name, he has not been arrested in connection with any of the attacks. Today, in 2024, his exact whereabouts are unknown, and if he chooses, it seems he is free to continue his killing spree. So that's it for this video. That's 5 serial killers who may well be on the loose in 2024. There are an alarming amount of killers who are still free to roam the streets in this day and age. A terrifying thought indeed. Stay safe everyone, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bum bum bum. Stay safe everyone. Bum bum bum. I heard this nigga was making like beef patties and shit and had a whole restaurant out of people he was killing. That shit's crazy. Hello?
Found it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Alright, love you. Damn, Granny. Love you. Alright, bye-bye. Shit, she must be ready to spend that money. Yep. But that's going to be the end of this video, man. I need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, turn them post notifications on. And on my mama, she 13. Don't ever make that look like she ain't a kid. You knew she was a motherfucking kid, boy. And we need to lock his ass up, too. Something ain't right. Yeah, man. I'm at this thing. Y'all have a good night, a good day.